I thought it was a groovy looking building.
When I first came here, this place was under construction. In 1961, in July, it was actually opened. Up to that stage, as a full boarder up in Clovelly, it didn't mean much to me. But once it was opened, it became a second home. Its initial impression was incredibly impressive. It was like a spaceship, very adventurous architecture.
It was a real icon, a real landmark. I mean, New South Wales was known by the Roundhouse.
You could see it from Anzac Parade, you could see it from High Street.
And it really looked modern and interesting, and to use a word of that era, it looked fairly groovy.
I thought it was fantastic.
You got off the bus in the morning out in Anzac Parade and you walked across to this building that sat there almost in splendid isolation, and then once you went inside you were struck particularly by the space and by the facilities.
Lots of little tables and chairs and group seating, and it's where everyone congregated.
How much are students taught? How much do they teach themselves and one another? Almost any table on the Union Terrace at lunchtime may give you part of the answer.
The Roundhouse was sort of my introduction to cafe society. For the first time, I was in an environment where anybody would talk to you.
It's not always easy to tell future engineer from historian or physicist from architect. For here's a no-man's land where scientist and humanist and technologist meet with no more sense of division than lies between truth and error.
Not only students met up there, but I remember some of our lecturers used to meet up there as well. Everyone went to the Roundhouse.
It was the only recreational cafe, whatever, on the whole campus. All sorts of clubs and things operated out of here. As well as the offices of Thurunka, where I worked as a student wannabe journalist.
It became the place where you met friends, the place where you found out about parties, social activities, where you found a boarder if once you started to go into a flat. It became pretty central. And for a lot of people, of course, it became their evening meal, their coffee between lectures, and a place to socialise, play cards and come to balls.
Not long after it opened, the arts faculty started, and all of a sudden there were girls on campus, which was particularly important.
It has so many memories for all the early students of not just an architectural space, but an important space for growing up and finding yourself. So there are very strong memories, and I think we're all very fond of that.
It lit a spark for a lot of students, this place. It's an interesting place to come, and I hope it still is in the future.
Roundhouse was a very important part, I think, of the idea of the University of New South Wales. It was a very radical building. The old sandstone job down the road at Newtown didn't have any buildings like that, that's for sure.
I'd like to see it come back in all its glory and be used as it should be used, as the hub of the university.
I look forward to a celebration here when it's done.